I am making chicken and dumpling soup featuring my mother-in-law's dumplings, which are in a flavorful broth that heals your soul. I'll get my chicken right into my pot. I've got 1 quartered yellow onion, a carrot cut into chunks. I've got a parsnip, a celery stalk, some smashed garlic cloves, and then my bouquet of herbs, fresh thyme, fresh parsley, and dill. That's the sign of a good Jewish chicken soup, is a lot of dill, and I happen to be Jewish. 2 bay leaves, and a teaspoon of whole black peppercorns. I'll cover this all with water. I'll bring this to a boil and then reduce it to a very low, gentle simmer and let it go uncovered for at least an hour and a half. If the water dips below the contents of the pot, just add a little bit more to compensate. Okay, see you soon. Give me the warmest robe, the fluffiest slippers. Nothing will ever compare to the coziness of homemade stock wafting through the air of the kitchen. I think I could be on the marketing team for chicken soup. That's how much I love it. I'll carefully pour this through a strainer into a heat-safe bowl. Okay, I'll get my pot back on the stove, and then I'll add my soup veggies. So I have thinly sliced carrot, parsnip, celery, onion, the same that were in the stock. Chop up some herbs, more parsley, and more dill. I'll carefully pour in my hot stock. And I'll add 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, but I'm gonna keep the salt near because every pot of chicken soup is different depending on how much water reduced during the stock making process. You know, you might need a little more, you might need a lot more salt. I'll stir this around and bring it to a boil. Just let these veggies start to soften, get good and soupy and flavorful. This has come to a boil. I'll reduce it to a simmer now and cover it up. And while this simmers, I'll get going on those dumplings. I'll start with 6 tablespoons of butter, along with 3/4 of a cup of water. And I'll heat this up and bring it to a boil. This is boiling. I'll remove it from the heat now and add my dry ingredients, which is 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons of sugar, 1½ teaspoons of kosher salt, and a few passes of nutmeg for that warmth that I crave so much in a dumpling. I'll whisk this to combine into kind of a thick paste. I'll add in 3 eggs and incorporate into a sticky dough. Let's take some elbow grease. Into my simmering soup, I'll drop heaping teaspoonfuls of the mixture for the perfectly sized dumpling. Come on, just like that. I'll keep on scooping my dumplings and then cover this up and let them simmer until they're cooked through, about 15 minutes. And meanwhile, I'll chop up my chicken. My chicken is chopped, and I'm ready to put this soup together. Oh, and these dumplings are fluffy and happy. I'll pile this juicy chicken right in. This is my one-way ticket to Cozy Town. Add some black pepper. Oh man, these look awesome. Here I go. Like I always say, a dumpling a day keeps the doctor away.